Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmu. Vijay is asking the question, if Brahman is our mother, then has it any form or is it formless? Saguna Sakara, Nirguna Nirakara. Master, that which is Brahman is also Kali, the mother, the primal energy. When inactive, it's called Brahman. Again, when creating, preserving and destroying, she is called Shakti. Still water is the illustration of Brahman. The same water moving in waves may be compared to Shakti, Kali. What is the meaning of Kali? She who communes with Mahakala, the Absolute. It is Kali. The time, the great time, the whole thing, if you enter into the secrets of sadhana, in every field there is the concept of time, governing of time. Time and space go together always. Time cannot exist without space and space cannot exist without time. Time appears with the universe and dissolves with the universe. This time is universal time. I take birth. The day I take birth, with conception in mother's womb, my time begins. It is not recorded or registered or experienced by the baby within till he is able to perceive the changes taking place. Now, with the formation of the few cells also, the baby will not be able to understand the time concept. When it starts moving its own parts, the ego is supposed to have manifested. Its movements begin independent of mother's movements. Individual movements begin. The individual movements begin, ego has already presented, and it is understanding. The time understanding has come into the baby's mind. Mind forms first, because brain forms upper region to lower region. It goes on expanding. The spine, spine extends from brain downward. How it happens, you see. Akash, Akashad, Vayu, Vayu, Agni, Agni, Rapa, Prithvi, to gross material level. And even then, the time understanding doesn't come in the Jiva. And Jiva has not yet manifested also, but the life is there, but without understanding time, just like you are in deep sleep. And when the hands and feet projects out, limbs project out, then also it will not be aware of time. Individual time doesn't come into picture. It has already come into picture, but the individual soul is not able to perceive. When the individual movements begin, with movement there is time. If there is no movement, there is no time. And in the absence, time is not recognized, not perceived. Time is not recognized even when there is motion in the movements in the sleep. In sleep you are moving, with moving time is awareness is there, but it is not recognized. And in deep sleep there is no movement, it is not perceived. There is no perception of time. Here perception is there, but not recognized. It doesn't recognize. In sleep, how many times we move our hands and feet? We don't recognize. How the functioning you see. Like that, when the baby is born, in the womb when it is progressing, it is not, movements begin, time which has begun with conception is continuing. It is grossifying. The child is able to, the fetus within, which is growing, is able to experience it independently when its movements are conscious. Now it's called it is able to move the limbs as reflexes, not as the movements before. Before, movements are governed by the formative body. Now it cooperates. The senses are able to perceive. It is operationable. There are reflexes. This coordination, it coordinates with the movements. This conscious coordination, now it is perceiving but not recognizing. The perceptions begin with coordination of the limbs. Then the ego has just presented itself. The Jivatman has already entered. It happens within the end of the first trimester. In the baby in the womb, ego presents. Time concept, time it is perceiving without recognition. How the time begins, you see, in the awareness. And when the baby is taking birth also, it is not able to, child can open the eyes in the womb much earlier than it's born. It is in a liquid. It opens and sees. But it is not able to perceive, recognize. It is able to perceive but not recognize. Just it is when it takes birth, now he clearly identifies time. The waking, it's weeping, then it immediately sleeps off. Long number of hours it sleeps, small hours it keeps open. It is able to recognize the time. Now time concept you see is coming. Whenever it is sleeping, time disappears. When it is awake, time presents. This time, when we are in deep sleep, dissolves. And when we leave the body, the time, our time dissolves and remains with the soul. Now, you see, the universal Kala is continuing throughout. My individual Kala is playing. It is in communion with the, what is communion I am trying to make. When I sleep, or when I am after leaving the body, I am in transit, it is still communing with the universal time. But it is neither perceiving nor recognizing, but it is in communion. It's communing with. Otherwise, the individual existence dissolves. So, Like that, when universe dissolves, I am microcosm, macrocosm. When universe dissolves, universal time disappears. When universal time, the time, understanding, knowledge, as pure knowledge, jnana, it remains in the absolute. And this time existing in the absolute in the form of knowledge, jnana, jnana doesn't need any adhara. It moves with the consciousness, I'm consciousness, Chaitanya. This physical knowledge needs brain and memory. That doesn't need. That is one with consciousness, that is registered in the consciousness. Chaitanya, it's a part of the Chaitanya. And that is called Mahakala, when the universe also dissolves. And nothing, no moments are there. But time, knowledge of the time itself, the great time, which is the cause of whole universes and all that. And when the universes dissolve, that time, when the universal time dissolves, when the individual time is no more there, the great time will be, this great time is called the Mahakala. This time is worshipped as Bhairava, Kala Bhairava in the Bhairava sadhana. And in the Sri Vidya and all that, this Kala again comes into picture, is worshipped again and again. Divine Mother is worshipped as Kali. Kali is now the time, the great Mahakala, the great time, the power of the great time that creates the universe and dissolves, the great universal time that makes me sleep, lose everything, and again makes me wake up. When I'm in sleep also, I'm in communion with the cosmic time. And therefore, the cosmic time is able to make me wake up. So, individual time. My individual time is playing with is in communion with the cosmic time. When I sleep and I am transit from one body to another body. Like that, the absolute itself as time is the great time called Mahakala. And its power, which creates, sustains and dissolves retraction, is called Mahakali, Kala, because the worship of that great time is Kali, who is in constant communion with Mahakala. Worshipping Kali or Mahakali is worshipping the great time. In Bhairava sadhana also, the Bhairavis, they worship the Kala Bhairava, the great time. In Vishnu, the Shankanada and the Chakra always represent Kala Chakra, and the creative Nada, Aparanada, Paranada, the Srishti, how the time manifests. Time moving space is called Nada. The cause of the universal manifestation is Nada. So everywhere you will see the worship of time in some way. In Shakta, she is the Mahakala's Shakti, power which creates is called Maha. The movements begin to present itself as universe, and all lives come into existence. This is called Kali. Kali is in communion with Mahakala. Just like when you are sleeping, your individual time is in communion with the universal time. The universal time is in the communing with the absolute time. So here, Sri Ramakrishna, because these are very subtle philosophical concepts. But you can just understand time is being worshipped, which is cause of, when we say universal time, Kalo Jagat Bhakshakaha. The Kala is just moving, as if, but all object, Kala is as it is, and objects are moving. It looks Kala is moving. It looks the sun is moving. Sun is not moving, earth is moving, and sun appears to move because we are thinking the earth to be stationary. We are feeling the earth to be stationary, so we see the sun moving. Like that, the time is not moving, we are moving. The objects appear and disappear in time. They, as if the time is eating away everything. But Kala, time, has two things. One is the objects moving is represented by the phases of moon. They are in Sri Vidya, they are called Nitya Devis. These 15, 16 phases of moon. Amavasya to Purnima. It is representing the whole movements of the earth. They are all interconnected. Cosmic movements are reflected in everything. In atomic movement also you can see electrons moving around the proton with high speed. You are seeing this chair now. Every atom is in very active state. Movement is going on. Electrons are moving around the protons, which we are not able to perceive. And the speed with which it is moving on, we cannot. So movements is interrelated of the whole universe, like a clock. How many gear wheels you can see moving when you open the clock and see. Watches and all, how they are moving. One is linked to the other. And whole thing, time is showing. Now you see so the phases of moon, it represents the grade of intensity of time. This intensity of time is the Vanni Mandala, Ravi Surya Mandala, and Chandra Mandala, and all what we say. Soma Mandala, Vanni Mandala. Vanni is fire. Fire. Mandala, when it comes to there is movement, and the grade with which the Chaitanya is expressed is shown in the movements. How much consciousness it is manifesting. So the movements is independent of the Kala, which is only Sakshi. Kala is just there. Movements are happening in the space. Space and time go together. Time is standing on Kala and the Nitya changing, ever changing. They are called Nitya Devis. The Kala is worshipped, you see how the two aspects of time standing and just as a witness, and every object is moving, changing. This movement is associated with the consciousness. This time is associated with the presentation of the Absolute to watch the movements going on. Is Kala. Mahakala is where Srishti Pralaya itself is perceived. In Mahakala is the witness of the whole universal movements going on. Srishti, the universe appearing and disappearing time and again is being watched by the witness is the great time Mahakala. And the universal Kala, my individual, I am sleeping and waking, it is witness of this. Like that, how they are interrelated, you see. and we worship and perceive the whole play of the Divine Mother, how the universal play is going on. What is the meaning of Kali? She who communes with Mahakala. The Absolute is Kali. She is formless and again she has forms. You see. Here Sri Ramakrishna slowly is introducing the Nirguna Nirakara. When we say Saguna Sakara has dissolved in it, it is there, the unseen. When we say Sharbat, sugar is there, dissolved in it. When we say water, there is no sugar. When we say sugar separately, we can see it dissolved state also. She has again forms. If you believe in the formless aspect, then meditate on Kali as that. You see, you can meditate on Kali as formless aspect. If you meditate on any aspect of her with firm conviction, she will let you know her true nature. We create a God with our own mind, reading the scriptures here, there, hearing and all. Suppose a Krishna devotee creates an image of Krishna. Somewhere he sees a loving picture of Krishna in some calendar or here or there in pictures, and he selects and keeps it as his beloved. Now his mind has created a picture of Krishna. Now this God, man creates the God first. Then that God which is created, he converts the person into God. Imaginary. God, your imaginary God brings out the real God. First you go with the imaginations, which are far away from reality. But that is sufficient to make the real God manifest. When we go somewhere, just suppose a dog or a puppy is there, just make the barking sound. It immediately starts barking back. This is artificial sound of barking has induced the real dog to bark. How the artificial is inducing. The birds sound. If you put where birds are there, they will immediately be attracted. They will start responding. It is recorded sound, and they think it to be real, and real birds start coming there. So like that, your imaginary God creates a real God. You create an imaginary God yourself and present it, worship it, call it, do all things, and that imaginary God which you have produced projects forth the real God. Always meditation begins with imagination. Then it will lead to reality because it is imagination of the real. Meditate on her, any aspect of her with firm conviction. She will let you know her nature, what she is, how much she is, she will tell you. Then you will realize that not merely does God exist, but He will come near you and talk to you as I am talking to you. Have faith and you will achieve everything. Remember this too. If you believe in God with formless, then stick to that belief with firm conviction. But don't be dogmatic. Never say emphatically about God that He can be only this and not that. This is an important message of Sri Ramakrishna. Don't limit God. Don't limit God. Whatever way you want to go, whatever in which you have conviction and which is your think you will path, follow that. You may say, I believe that God is formless, but He can be many things more. He alone knows what else He can be. I do not know, I do not understand. How can man with his 1 ounce of intelligence know the real nature of God? Can you put 4 shares of milk in 1 share of jar? If God, through His grace, ever reveals Himself to His devotee and makes him understand, then he will know, but not otherwise. God has to make him. In that Bengali, one song is there. In that, Tomare dhane, tomare gyane, tobo name koto madhuri, je bhakto she jane, tumi janao jare she jane, ore tumi janao jare she jane, Shatya Mangala Premamaya, Tumi Dhruva Jyoti, Tumi Andhakare. In darkness of life, you are the only light. And He understands whom you make them understand. What God is, the meditation, this, that and all, which fail to reveal whatever way you approach, and God makes you understand. In the way, what God makes you understand, you will understand, that's all. That He must make us understand. His grace ever reveals Himself to His devotee and makes him understand. Then he will know, but not otherwise. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.